Sydney Parrish has had some big games. She had 24 against North Carolina, 18 and 7 against Penn State, so she can show up. Here's Martin, who's off to a hot start and continues with a triple. She's got 11 points.
Vitally important because of the attention Caitlyn Clark gets for her wing players to be able to hit from three.
What do you
think so far of the efficiency we're seeing in terms of shooting in this game?
I think you have to love it. If you're a basketball fan, Clark, look at this move. Little give and go in the paint. Yes! That's dazzling. So it's not just about being able to shoot it from half court.
Pass and then the beautiful cut in order to get it back.
I think your word is perfect. Efficiency.
Especially for Indiana with Grace Berger on the bench with 2 fouls. So important for them to stay as attached as they can. Play through Mackenzie Holmes. She needs to see the weak side.
Needs some help. Threw it away. Picked up by Clark. In transition. Marshall, yes. Or McNeil gets a look. Yes.
They miss Grace Berger. They miss Grace Berger on the floor right now to settle everything down for them.
She's at the table ready to check back in. Indiana forces the turnover. Parrish on the bounce speed. Scalia, yes. Well run break. So there's Grace Berger getting ready to come back on with a couple of fouls.
This is a tough, experienced Indiana team, though. A couple times when Iowa has made their runs, what's happened? Indiana has answered.
Indiana 9-0 against top 25 opponents. Long range and around and out.
They're in on-ball action. Maybe get her on the roll on a move where it's a little tougher to double her.
Clark decides not to shoot it. Donato with another rebound. She averages 6 and 17 points a game. Here's Clark way downtown.
With a beautiful cut. We see the pass, but it's the cut that gets her open and then dances around until she gets the easy look. And then as soon as the ball's in her hands, her head is up. She is one of the best up-ahead passers.
Well, she was voted ESPN's mid-season player of the year. She's the reigning Big Ten player of the year. So 32-29 Iowa. Indiana with just 3 turnovers so far. Clark catches, fires, and swishes.
Great decision. More McNeil out of the game. She's Clark's primary defender. You set a screen for her off the ball to get an open look. Clark doing it all this time off of the off-ball screen. Drains it. No shrug, but we see it, Caitlyn.
Clark starting to get going, but you talk about the passes, passing ahead in transition, how gifted she is.
Yeah, she's the best transition get-ahead passer in terms of assists that we've seen perhaps since Sue Bird, and you see it here. She corrals the ball, no dribbles, puts it right on the money, so her teammate only needs 1 dribble, Gabby Marshall, in order to score inside. When you think of greatness in terms of that, you think of Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Courtney Vandersloot, and then, to me, Caitlyn Clark.
Well, Holmes once again drawing all sorts of pressure and lost the basketball. So Indiana kicks it back to the Hawkeyes. Indiana with a 14-game winning streak on the line. Clark on a penetration and a whistle. And she hit the deck. And a little bit slow to rise, but on her feet.
But she was actually the MVP of that boys league. She said that's where she gets a little bit of her swagger from, her toughness from, and she said she finally had to
Berger heating up
basketball when it was getting too tough, and she has retained some of that toughness and personality that she learned with the boys as a little kid.
Now playing against the practice player guys every day in practice, and we called an Iowa game earlier this season where we got to watch practice, and the way she talks trash to those guys and just competes with them, it's awesome.
Well, you can tell there's tremendous confidence in all parts of her game. Inside that 3-point line, but a miss. Iowa's gotten a big first half out of Kate Martin. Crowd wanted to travel there. Holmes inside where she lives and breathes.
Really good job corralling the basketball as Clark came over to help.
Holmes with 9. Came in averaging 23.7 rebounds. Donato gives it up. Here's Clark off the front iron.
Thought they had a couple opportunities to get the ball into Stokely inside.
O'Neal through the paint and a foul. Berger with a jump pass. Shot clock at 8. Berger eating up. Berger got it.
That's her spot, and I like the decision. Instead of forcing one early, understanding how much time is on the shot clock, working around to get an equally good shot.
First time Indiana has the lead since it was 2-0. So less than 2 to go before halftime. Clark on the way. No. Second effort here for the Hawkeyes. Warnock gives it up. Clark dishing underneath. What a great pass. And it finished by Warnock.
Anytime you play with a player who can get you wide open layups, it's a good thing. Okay, McKenna Warnock. That one was easy.
That vision is off the charts for number 22.
Back and forth we've had so far in this game. Both teams shooting over 50%. Grace Berger, the queen of the mid-range. And then it doesn't come easier than this off of a beautiful dime from Caitlyn Clark.
By the way, you guys were phenomenal on game day. That was an entertaining show, and the crowd was so into it like I've never seen, really.
Yeah, the crowd here was phenomenal, and how they were lined up an hour before game day started. They brought the energy the entire time. It's been so much fun here in Iowa. Getting inside, surrounded.
Clark outside the 3. Warnock will swing it. Falter will shoot that one, but it's going to be off the iron. Lisa Bluter putting a play on.
That was an interesting stomp in her foot with the horns in the air, right?
Right. Have to know the genesis of that. 5 to get off a shot. They want Clark to touch it. Clark with a runner, banks it in. All variety of shots. Time for a heave here. Berger with an opportunity, gets it up and away, but it won't go. And at halftime, it's exactly the game we anticipated in so many ways.